person who fades into the background and never gets up to tell her own joke. So here it goes. Knock knock. Who's there? Tank. Tank. You're welcome and good night.
So now we're 3 weeks out from the performance. We've had our intensive over the holidays. We know that we only have 14 days left and probably another 7 hours together before we go into the Civic Centre.
And then the last one, whistles, and it's a go that way. Yeah. All right.
At our rehearsal today, we're really focusing on some of those transitions and some of the segments that have not been working so well, particularly some of the large movement segments that all of the students are engaged in.
Howl and then run off, because we can't.
Fusions is really about young people making contemporary performance for young people. It's about young people owning what they make, having the opportunity to have a voice and to bring to the stage what they think is important and meaningful to them.
It is our baby. Yeah, it is our baby. It's 18 days. 18 days we're on stage in front of probably about 600, 700 people. Ooh, what day is it? Sorry, what's it? 18 days.
When I first arrived here in the community, I noticed that there was some rivalry between the secondary high schools. So a colleague of mine, Lauren Pritchard, had the brainwave to do some sort of arts project that would break down those barriers between the different schools.
Before starting this project, I didn't really know anybody from like James Nash or like Gympie High. So I was kind of like, ooh, because our schools are like known not to really get along.
And we've always like been against them, like in sport and like academic and other stuff. Like it's never together.
Yeah, like we finally have a chance to, instead of competition, we have cooperation.
Because it's such a small town, the schools have a very, very big rivalry. So I think the Fusion Project was a goal. Its goal was to get us all together and united, and I think it achieved that really well.
Guys, don't forget, when you have a spare 5 minutes, you need to go to your interview with Dad.
Noah!
Sorry,
Were you videoing that?
So in the early planning stages of the Fusion project, we met as a group of teachers about how we thought the project would run. So we met with Alison Easton from St Pat's, Lauren Pritchard from Gympie High and myself. And luckily enough, Luke Harriman from the council was also really keen to support some kind of youth arts project here in Gympie.
I really wanted to get involved in the Fusion project because I love the idea of students from this small town that we live in really connecting with each other. I wanted to, yes, give the kids the opportunity to work with like-minded individuals that they may not have come across.
Being a teenager in a little rural town, it's like not much. Work on the farm and go to school.
I describe life as a teenager in Gympie as probably uneventful, to say the least.
Nothing to do, that's my
Nothing
thing.
to do.
Pretty much.
When we were thinking about what we wanted the students to gain from the Fusion experience, we really wanted them to be exposed to a professional process, to work with a professional artist. So as part of that funding program and that grant application, we had to identify a professional artist that we would like our students to work with throughout the whole project. I had heard about Zach through his work at Yeronga State High School in Brisbane, and he came very highly recommended as somebody who was warm and generous and had a really great way of working with young people.
I love working with young people. I think because when I was young, I never felt that the care that I hope that I give to young people, because it's not easy and there's so much going on, and I really feel an obligation and a want to help them be the best people they can be and realise it earlier, so that when they grow to where I was when I was 20 and I was struggling and I wasn't in the course that I wanted to do, I wasn't working where I wanted to work, I was depressed, that there's a way out. Fusion means so much to me because, and it matters to me because it's the first time I've been trusted to direct a major theatre production, and that's been a really great honour.
It was really great to have the opportunity to provide the students with professional industry people to work with, and one of those people that we were able to provide for students to work with was Ryan Percival.
I'm trying to, because the play is very comedic, but it deals with some serious topics, I'm trying to be that thing that kind of grounds it in seriousness. While I could, like for example, there's a beach scene, and while I could just get sounds of a beach and put them straight in, what I've chosen to do instead is simulate that with synthesizers and noise and reverb, and add some sounds so it sounds really surreal rather than being realistic, just to give it that kind of alternate reality sort of dark vibe.
So today is our first tech day here in the theatre. We've been bumping in the set this morning, we've been rigging lights this morning, and today is the first time where we're going to start to see all of those performance elements come together. The set, the lighting, the sound design.
Okay, so we're about to do our first ever full run through with lights and sound, and we're hoping that it goes really well. How are you feeling about it, guys?
I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be awesome. I think you're going to knock it out of the park, and hopefully we get another bloody run this summer, eh?
Yeah!
It's always
Let's
fun.
go, guys.
All right. Right? Yeah. It's easy moves her thing up, and then we follow up on the line like this, so it's like a way.
This has been very much a social and an aesthetic experiment. We did not know how the students would bond, how they would interact, whether the fusion that we hoped for across the three schools would happen or not.
I was interested to see how it would work out with the other schools, working with people you've never met or seen before, but I found it a great opportunity to make such good connections with other people.
The most important bit about this project would be like us really getting together, like other people showing how they feel and what they've been through, really connected with everyone, and I think it really made the group like get along better.
The Fusions project, it's not all about acting and creativeness, it's really life skills. Like I've learnt so many life skills throughout the project.
So, as I said, I know it's early, but this is going to be a huge learning curve for me, so thank you for being on that journey with me. Let's knock it out of the park, okay? On the count of three, fusion. 1, 2, 3, fusion!
Today is the day of the performance. We're doing 3 shows today. Our first 2 shows today are for mainly schools audience, so we'll be performing for young people. We're very excited about that. And then we have a show this evening for all of the parents. What I'm particularly impressed about today is the way that all of the students have been helping each other and working backstage. They've been getting each other's props for each other. They've been working to make sure everyone's ready for all of their entrance and exits. So apart from what the audience are going to see on stage today, there's all this teamwork and camaraderie.
The scientific quest to prove bisexuality exists.
Sydney man dies tip crushed by rubbish.
13-year-old with a big heart is fatally shot.
Australia votes yes to gay marriage.
The highest recorded rates of cannabis abuse worldwide.
Forecast calls for weather on Monday.
The audience would only only see about 10% of the great moments that we have experienced, but the other 90% always happens backstage and like in rehearsals. I mean, we've cried together on several occasions. We just stand there in a group hug and we're all bawling, like every single one of us.
I think that all of us formed very meaningful connections, especially with people from different schools, because like you didn't know them and then you got to know them, and like everyone was really nice, and I'm pretty sure that everyone in the whole Fusion project actually connected.
Like people going through like some rough stuff maybe, and like being in this Fusion project, like since we got to like create the script, it gave them a chance like voice their concerns or like voice what they feel inside and turn it into something like beautiful. Like the performance was beautiful.
Grateful day, they said. Things that made me uncomfortable. If you don't like me, clap your hands.
It's nice that kids actually get a chance to say something that we actually might take seriously for once. Because other than that, people just assume, you know, it's not a kid. It's just like, move along, you don't know anything yet.
Shit, that's pretty good.
Susan!
I was pretty nervous about it actually, but I thought I may as well take the opportunity because there's not going to be that many, and I'm really grateful that I did.
And halfway through, most of us were kind of just like, is this going to work? Is this going to be something people can enjoy?
It's also a parallel to, like, say, boxing or footy, which is an anger management technique. If you need to get that rage or energy out. Well, this is our way of, you know, taking our passion and using it, and finally having our say, and locally and nationally, of what, you know, the opinions and things we have to say about society.
Rule number 2, grow some balls, son! It's hard. Don't talk about your feelings. It's a sign of weakness.
The most important moment for me was I was able to express how I feel, and like the way Zach interpreted it was amazing.
I wanted the colour of my skin, but you have to see me. You have to see me.
I am so proud of what the students created, because they created a beautiful show, a show that was happy, sad, that moved the audience, that was true to them, and you could see their confidence grow, and you could see that really culminating in the final performance.
This project has been so worth it. Like, the council has helped us do this, and I hope that they realise that their money is not going to waste, because we have enjoyed this so much, and please can we do it again, and get like different people on it, because so many people should experience this. It's actually really good, so thank you.
Yeah, so I am interested in pursuing something in the creative industry. At the moment, Gympie doesn't have a lot of that, but it's starting to. Like, this project, I think, really kicks it off a bit.
I think Fusions matters for Gympie because I think we need this splash of I guess, culture.
I think it's really important for young people now because Gympie is such an old town, like you said before, set in its ways. I think something like the Fusion project that's new, created by young people and teenagers, it's incredibly important for the future.
I've always been the person who fades into the background and never gets up to tell her own joke. So here it goes. Knock knock. Who's there? Tank.